caught a look that sent a shiver down your spine? No, not your sketchy next-door neighbor, and not a hidden camera in the office. It's a common crow, perched on a branch, looking like a tenured professor who just reviewed your credit score and realized you're an easy target. We're used to thinking of birds as walnut-brained creatures whose entire life strategy is to panic and peck at crumbs. But while we look down our noses at them, they are busy running deep recon. Corvids aren't just birds. They are the ultimate Machiavellis of the animal kingdom. Their cognitive abilities rival those of primates, and their social structures look like a corporate ladder where everyone knows their place. While you walk through the park, lost in thoughts of deadlines or your next online purchase, a crow is busy auditing your potential. It clocks the shopping bag in your hand, measures your reaction time, and even calculates exactly how much you dread staining your jacket. This isn't idle curiosity. It's cold, hard calculation. Picture this. You decide to grab a quick bite on a park bench. The bird isn't just waiting for leftovers. It's plotting a sequence. Human gets distracted by a phone notification, grip loosens, wind direction favors a perfect dive bomb. They treat us like walking vending machines that also happen to be incredibly clumsy. Corvids can remember a hostile face for years, passing the word about bad humans down the grapevine. So if you ever made a hostile gesture at a black wing, don't be surprised when the local flock starts tailing you with just... We're used to being at the top of the food chain, but let's face it, birds have adapted to urban environments better than we've adapted to our own megacities. They've learned to use traffic to crack nuts under car tires, and they understand displacement well enough to retrieve a treat from a narrow tube. That's not instinct. That's an engineering mindset. Next time you catch that piercing, almost human gaze, remember, you're not just passing by. You're being vetted. And who knows what conclusions this feathered analyst is drawing as it watches you struggle to open a sandwich wrapper, having already mapped out 3 different ways to steal it from you without making a scene. Take Betty, a New Caledonian crow who gave a literal engineering masterclass in a lab. Researchers set her a task. A juicy piece of meat was hidden inside a clear tube, reachable only with a hook. But there was a catch. No hook, just a straight piece of wire. A total dead end for your average cubicle drone on a Monday morning, you'd think. But Betty didn't complain about a lack of resources or post an angry rant on social media. She simply bent the tip of the wire with her beak, turned it into a perfect tool, and snagged the prize on her first try. That's not just luck. That's an intuitive grasp of physics. Now, picture the same experiment with a human child. A 5-year-old, complete with a highly developed brain and endless potential, faces the same puzzle. You'd think the pinnacle of creation would have this in the bag. But when it comes to multi-step tasks where you can't just pull a string, but have to build a tool first and then use it in the right sequence, the results leave proponents of human exceptionalism in the dust. Crows solve these puzzles with terrifying speed, as if they have an engineering manual pre-installed in their heads. Human adults often overcomplicate things, looking for a catch where they just need a bit of basic common sense. The researchers upped the ante. Now the treat was buried deep, and to get it, the subject had to use a short stick to retrieve a longer stick, and then use that longer stick to reach the prize. To us, it looks like a standard IQ test. To a crow, it's just another Tuesday. While you might be struggling to remember where you left your keys, the crow has already mapped out a 3-step sequence in its head. It's not magic. It's the ability to see abstract potential. The bird doesn't just see a twig. It sees a lever. What do you see when you look at your work tools? Hopefully something more inspiring than a reason to spiral into depression. And here lies the ultimate question of our evolutionary arms race. If crows have already mastered tools, how long before they realize we are their main resource competitors? While we debate intellectual superiority, they are quietly sharpening their skills, turning every stick into a key to survival. Maybe we should start paying closer attention before they start charging us for logic mastery. Your smartphone holds terabytes of data, but try asking it who offended your great-grandmother 30 years ago. It'll throw an error or ask you to upgrade your cloud storage. Crows, on the other hand, run on a biological server with a lifetime warranty. Their memory isn't just a collection of snapshots. It's a complex database passed down through generations. If you once wore a cave troll mask to scare a flock, rest assured, your high-res portrait is permanently burned into their neural networks. Even if you change your style, grow a beard, or buy the most expensive suit, they will recognize you by your gait or your signature squint. This isn't paranoia, it's a social security protocol. When a hostile threat enters the area, a crow sounds the alarm, broadcasting a distress signal to the entire neighborhood. Younger birds who have never even seen you instantly learn the lesson. This human is trouble. They don't just memorize your face, they form a deep-seated negative association that gets passed down to their chicks as part of their core curriculum. Your reputation in the avian community becomes a hereditary black mark. It works better than any viral marketing campaign on the internet. Think about the scale of this. You become persona non grata to an entire population just because you made a bad joke or acted aggressively once. Corvids use social learning with a precision that would make top PR firms drool. They don't need messaging apps to spread the word about an enemy. One piercing shriek, and the entire flock is synced on how they feel about you. It's a hive mind where one individual's experience becomes the collective property of the group. We spend years teaching our kids how to behave, while birds pull it off in seconds using emotional tagging. If you see crows gathering on a roof, watching you with suspiciously synchronized head tilts, make no mistake. This is not a coincidence. This is a committee meeting discussing your status in their system. You might think of yourself as the pinnacle of evolution, but to them, you're just a threat level logged in a blacklist. And trust me, that memory is far more secure than the email password you've probably forgotten again. Convergent evolution is nature's way of playing a joke on us, creating identical solutions for completely different biological systems. Birds and primates arrived at intelligence from opposite directions but ended up in the same place. We built a civilization on bones and silicon. They built theirs on pure, unadulterated neuroplasticity, unburdened by ego. The irony is that our dominance rests on a fragile infrastructure that birds have already learned to hack. While we waste energy debating the meaning of life, crows are systematically mapping our vulnerabilities, turning the urban landscape into their playground. This cohabitation feels like sharing an apartment with a roommate who keeps sending you the electric bill while quietly cutting the wires just to see what happens. We call it biological curiosity, but in reality, it's prep work for a changing of the guard. What if our anthropocentrism is just a brief intermission in Earth's history? If we vanish tomorrow, the crows wouldn't mourn. They'd just pick up their beaks and start rebuilding the world, using centuries of data collected while watching our frantic hustle. They've watched us build cities, make mistakes, and fail to get along even with ourselves. Their ability to pass down knowledge makes them the ultimate heirs. While we risk drowning our history in digital noise, birds store theirs in neural pathways, uploading files directly to their offspring. This isn't just instinct. It's a database that doesn't need updates and never crashes under heavy load. We are the architects who got so lost in the blueprints that we forgot the foundation, while they are the observers patiently waiting for the upgrade. Maybe evolution isn't a straight line to perfection, but an endless relay race won by those who know when to shut up and observe. We boast about our smartphones, but a crow sees them as useless plastic slabs you can't eat or use to pick a lock. Perhaps true intelligence isn't about creating complex things, but about surviving without leaving mountains of trash behind. Time, which runs differently for birds, will tell who the smarter species is. While we look to the sky hoping for answers to our eternal questions, they are looking down at us, already knowing the punchline. And that gaze is the most honest mirror we've ever had to look into.